And I've had the joy of watching this live, both in my own job, but now, like you, I've been in tech for few decades. My son is now running sales for the Western US for a SaaS software company. So I see him leveraging AI for doing, like, he uses it for quick, tell me a little bit more about the market challenges in this area, and he's does his prompts and pulls it up. He's a salesman. So what is that AI replaced? Well, it replaced maybe a BDR doing a lot of background work. So he's replaced a lot of the work of the BDR, and he can almost get it in there. So I think about that first touch then. And this is what I mean, if I start thinking about the people, then, how long the role of the BDR, SDR, ADR, or whatever you want to call them, I think is significantly shifting
Yeah,
to
but
achieve that stuff.
let me just kind of pose this to you. I mean, ultimately, if we go back in time, and there was, a dozen marketing technology solutions, they were on-prem, they were not SaaS based or cloud based. They were called very different things back then. Sales performance in the 20 years, let's just call it from 2000 to 2025, the real acceleration of sort of Seth Godin writing the book Permission Marketing, and then everything that changed from a marketing perspective after that, right? And let's just talk about performance. 25 years later, there's tens of thousands of marketing technology, sales and marketing technology solutions, yet only 30% of a seller's time is spent selling. And still, the low 50% range will actually hit quota. So
Yeah.
even with all the advancements of technology, we still have this huge gap in amount of time a seller is actually spending selling, and they're half pretty much are going to miss quota. So even with all the technology advancements, why aren't they spending more time selling when all technology, the promise was that they were going to have more time to sell, and they have
Right.
less time because now we've split the hair of, let's just pick the 6 stages of the sales process, right? And the 42 steps in the buyer's journey, right? And we now can track all of it because of technology, but is it actually making us better and smarter? And are we just trying to track everything for vanity's sake, or to make sure as a marketer you keep getting your budget? Like, proving those metrics is the way to prove the value and keep getting the budget, versus really saying, hold on a second, like maybe I want to put myself out of a job, right? And really use the technology to collapse the 42 steps, to get much smarter, to allow the system to be much more predictive around what is the next best action, removing humans from their own perceived next best action, so you can get consistency and test and iterate and learn. I mean, that's the promise of digital marketing and marketing. And when I was back in my role at Gartner all the way back in 2008, we made a prediction that the marketer, the CMO, would spend more on technology than the chief information officer. And when we said that, by the way, everyone thought we were crazy. But sure enough, pretty quickly behind that, Microsoft, Salesforce, Oracle, SAP all went out and bought marketing technology companies because they wanted to
Yep.
get their hands on that budget. And it was because businesses want three things. They want to know information about their people, their finances, and their customers. Like, right? If you can really understand that and really have clarity there, you can make much faster decisions within the business. And I think this is where automation, where a basic AI, and I say basic just for a second, moving to agentic, the promise of actually having agentic AI as part of your marketing organization. Like, you might have 5 marketers and 4 agentic agents. So you have a team of 9, not
Right.
5 and some technology, but you have a team of 9. And how do you manage those other 4 that are really digitally based, right? Digital employees, digital labor. And how do you integrate that into a team? Like, those are the exciting questions to ask for me right now.